Today's lesson, I'm going to show you how to build this portfolio from scratch from using Adobe's new product, Adobe Edge, which is HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript, and jQuery to build your photo gallery, build any kind of motion you want to put on your page. So this is what we're going to build today. So stay tuned. We're going to build this next. Okay, I'm going to show you how to build that photo gallery in literally a minute or so. It's very simple, very straightforward. I'm going to show you how to timeline things, the best way to set keyframes, and basically get your project done in no time. Create flexibility to make changes. So first what we're going to do is make a new file, File New, Command N, Macintosh, Control N, Windows. Of course, we can change our background color. From here, we're going to keep it at black. We can change the width and height of the stage, which basically is the width and height of your HTML page. So the first thing we're going to do is File, Save. Save as, Command-Shift-S, and we'll just call this Edge Gallery version 1. Okay, so we need to put some assets in here. The assets are basically in this program known as elements. The elements get put over to the right here. The properties for the elements is over here to the left. And timeline is down here. Now, similar to being in Dreamweaver, excuse me, first thing we want to do here is title the document page, which is basically the title of the HTML tag. We're just going to call this my photo gallery. Make a change, save a change. So let's import some files. File, import, Command R. Now I have to have my files sequential, but you can basically do with any kind of files you want. I'm going to take file 1 through 17 and hit OK. Now, important step here. That puts those files on the stage. I want to reposition all the files on the stage. Now, you're going to create a big nightmare for yourself if you don't turn this off first. I just want to affect everything. I don't want to make keyframes at this point. So I'm going to turn the auto keyframe stopwatch off. Then I'm going to hit Command minus to zoom out, Command plus zooms in. Make sure everything's selected so everything can be affected. Command A, select all Macintosh, Control A, select all Windows. I'm just going to push in the photos to be right about here. Make a change, save a change. Now I'm going to go turn the stopwatch back on to create my animation. So here's what's happening. Over here in the Elements palette, I have image 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice it's building it backwards. It brought the first image you put on the bottom. That's okay. I'm going to select the bottom image. I have the stopwatch set. Here's the properties for that particular selected image. Okay? So here's how this is thinking, and here's how this works. Here's my playback head. Here's my marker. I want this to be on the screen when the animation finishes, when the animation completes. So I'm not going to move the playback head to that point. I'm going to move the marker to the point. Now, this is working at this timeline is set up in seconds. The program thinks in milliseconds, which is 1,000 milliseconds to a second. So 3 seconds would be 3,000 milliseconds. So we're going to basically have this animation happen across the page 3/4 of a second. Okay, so I'm going to move my marker to that point. Then I'm going to take this, drag this off the stage, holding down the Shift key. That created a keyframe for me from point A to point B. If I scrub, basically it's going from point A to point B. Okay, now I'm going to select this, go up to my Properties palette, and pick Ease Bounce. I want to ease out bounce. So that's going to move across the page. That's going to move across the page and bounce. I'll explain how this whole thing works in a second. Now, what I want to have happen, I want the entire photo to be on the stage for 2.5 seconds, including the time it takes to get off the stage. So I'm going to move my playback head, my physical playback head, to 2.5 seconds. Then I'm going to move the marker to 2 seconds. Therefore, it's going to take a 1/2 second to get off. It took 3/4 of a second to get on. I'm going to take 1/2 second to get off. Again, my stopwatch is set. You don't have to touch it from this point forward. So I simply take this and drag it off the stage. Now, for the effect for that, I'm going to move it further here too. So this effect, I want to do it in elastic in. Okay, so basically I set up my first photo. Make a change, save a change. So I'm going to select this timeline sequence and this timeline sequence and copy. Command C, copy, Control C, Windows. Here's the simple technique. I select image 2. Make sure my playback head is at the end here. It doesn't matter where the marker is, but the playback head is at the end. I'm going to select image 2 and paste. Image 3, paste. What that's doing, it's mimicking the original animation. I didn't have to set the animation for every picture, just the first picture. Then I'm going to select 4 and paste. Select 5 and paste. So what this program does, it creates the proprietary file, plus it creates the HTML file that you can open and edit inside of Dreamweaver. I want to preview this in a browser, so I simply hit Command Return. The same shortcut that you're going to find inside of Flash, Command key Return Macintosh, Control key Return Windows. So there's photo 1, photo 2. It stays there for the eye to get adjusted, then it bounces back off. It comes in, bounce, it goes out elastic. Pretty cool. That's how it's done. That's how the program thinks. I'm going to be posting a lot more videos. Stay tuned. Enjoy the day. Subscribe to my YouTube site and also check out my other videos on Dreamweaver.